Howdy everybody, my name is Ecolo, and this is going to be my blind Let's Play of Vampire the Masquerade. I've had this game in my Steam library for quite a while. I bought it like a while ago telling myself, I'll play that eventually. And, well, it's eventually. I've never played this, hence blind Let's Play. All I know about it, it's a pretty good RPG. That was released a while ago. A long while ago. So let's just jump right in, I guess. The world of darkness is a place where immortal monsters pull the strings of humanity. Violence and despair are A new game starts with creating a new character. Would you like to answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you would like to play and follow the game to create your character? Or go directly to the character sheet and say your character's clans? And the first one sounds fun. Would you like your character to be... usually in these type of games, I play as a female. While in a club... Oh, well, that's wrong already. While in a club, you spot your ex-roommate, who skipped out after taking your stuff and leaving you with a stack of bills. He looks dead drunk. Do you? Grab him by the head and repeatedly bash his face into the bar. I can read. Wow, wow, wow. Call the cops. See you in court, buddy? The question mark is very weird. I, most likely, would, of the two of these, do that one. I'm not gonna smash his face in. Yet. You're at a nightclub, having a damn good time. When you realize you're out of money, no cash, no fun. Do you? Seduce somebody, have them pay for my drinks? Time it just right so you can snatch a bottle when the bartender isn't looking. Go home and read a book or listen to music. Something more intellectually stimulating than wasting your life in a lame club. I mean, the last one is definitely me. Do I want this character just to be me? Or do I want to, like, play... I'm just gonna keep answering truthfully. For beginning of Fallout New Vegas. Being a night person, you watch a lot of late-night TV movies. 3 movies are on. Which one do you watch? Fist of the Monkey King! A wire fu film with that scene where Wu... A wire fu film with that scene where Wu beats 20 armed men with his bare hands. That sounds badass. Sword of Bushi. The Bushi. Japanese film where a lone samurai cuts a path through a gang of Yakuza? Also hype! Sergeant Murderstein 3. The cop that doesn't play by the rules takes on the drug cartel that kidnapped his daughter! Only with his trusty 44 to back him up! So, I'm just gonna go ahead and this is like, do you like punching, swording, or shooting? Yo, guns are hype. You're in a convenience store looking through the beer freezer when all of a sudden a man walks in and pulls a gun on the cashier. Do you sneak up behind him, disarm him, and proceed to beat him senseless? Quietly make your way to the bathroom and lock yourself in? I am a hero. You're outbid at an auction for a macabre piece of art that you just must have. Just must. You know the collector who won it. You've been to his house. Do you get a few drinks into him later on and persuade him to sell it to you? Wait until he leaves, find a spare key, and make it look like a robbery. Write an unflattering critique on the artist, get it published, and just wait for your friend to try and unload it. Which one? The third one, I think. Oh, so many questions. An intruder has broken into your house and has entered the room. You have no choice but to confront them. Do you? Overpower and wrestle them to the ground, breaking as many bones as possible. Grab the heavy lamp next to your bed and smash their face in. Grab your gun and fire into them. You keep one next to your bed for this very reason? It's like, wait, you keep your gun next to your bed for this very reason? As I said before, guns. You're stuck in traffic after a concert, and the guy behind you is laying on the horn. Your friends in the car are urging you to park the car and help them stick the dude's horse somewhere uncomfortable. Do you get out, pull the guy out of the car, and pull him into the hospital? Put him into the hospital. Talk your friends down? You don't need lawsuit or jail time? Yeah. The world's a cruel and unforgiving place. But you've gotten so far. Why? It may be cruel for you, but for me it's hilarious. Because the world bends to my will. Both are very edgy. But I could also be very edgy. You have been embraced by the Ventrue clan. The Ventrue clan are nobles of the undead, represented by the power brokers and executives of various Fortune 500 companies. Oh. Ventrue are known to be arrogant and quite capable of dominating conversations, but also the charismatic leaders of the undead. Okay. Your vampire's attributes and abilities have now been determined and entered into its character sheet, which you will see next. After your tour of the character sheet, you may make changes to the character or simply play it as is. Okay. These are your attributes and abilities, which feats are derived from. Attributes are your inherent character traits and are broken up into 3 categories: physical, social, mental. Abilities are things you learn and are also broken into 3 categories: talents, skills, and knowledges. How many knowledges do you have? About 3. Alright. Members of the aristocratic Ventrue clan are the leaders of the vampire society. We live in one. And so your strongest attribute is social, in which you have 2 points you can spend. You also have 1 point to spend in mental, and no points in physical, your weakest attribute. As for abilities, being Ventrue gives you an advantage in your cultivated knowledges, and therefore you have 3 points to spend. You have only average abilities and talents, 2 points, and are weak in skills, 1 point. Okay. Feats are the actions you perform in the game. Feats are derived from adding an attribute and an ability. I don't think I read that right. An example would be the feat of lockpicking, which is derived from the attribute of dexterity, and the ability of security. Hovering your mouse pointer over a feat will highlight the attribute and ability upon which it is dependent. I guess not right now. Okay. You are a member of the Ventrue clan, leaders of the Vampire Society. Ventrue see themselves as noble, in the classic sense of the word, fighting to uphold the station of those below them. When another vampire requires aid, the Ventrue can often provide it, for a price. Their disciplines are dominant, mind control, fortitude, vampiric toughness, and presence, for vampiric charisma. I like those words. This is your humanity. 7 is the norm, 10 is saintly, and the lower you go, the closer to the beast you become. Also, the lower the humanity, the greater your chance of frenzying. When a vampire goes into a frenzy, he loses all control and attacks any and all things around him. However, as you gain experience, you can spend experience points to increase your humanity. Just like in real life. Okay, this is where your Masquerade violations are displayed. The Masquerade is a code by which many vampires unlive. Anytime a vampire is seen doing a supernatural act by a mortal, it is considered a Masquerade violation. You have 5 chances, and each strike will have repercussions. If you commit 5 Masquerade violations, you will be dealt with harshly. Okay. This is the information. This is where all information on things you are having over is displayed. Okay. The auto level on and off button is a toggle that allows you to decide whether you want the computer to allocate the experience points you earn in game among your attributes, abilities, and disciplines, or whether you wish to allocate them yourself. The reset stats button is another toggle that allows you to clear out the point allocations so that you can start over, or return them to their last settings. The cancel button allows you to return to your last point in the game without changing your character sheet. Once you're satisfied with your character settings, click on the accept button to play the game. Oh boy. Also, I have downloaded like the Vampire the Masquerade patch that's like required to play this. I don't have like the patch plus whatever that adds more things. If I ever do like a second playthrough of this game, if y'all like it that much, if there actually are people watching, I'll definitely like do a second playthrough as like a different clan or something with like more stuff in it. Okay. Am I actually recording this? Let's make sure. Control. Yeah, I'm recording it. Okay. I have to make sure. Okay. Name, unnamed. That's a pretty cool name of itself. I'll decide that later. Physical. I have... And let's just read. Physical prowess is required for the front lines. Your place in the war room. Your place is in the war room. Strength is a measure of physical prowess. Crucial for both unarmed and melee. Dexterity. Just speed and agility. Dexterity will increase your lockpicking and sneaking. So I'm just not good at, like, this at all. Stamina's. Prevent damage from bullets, police batons, and baseball bats. Increases soak damage. Okay. And this is where we rise. Rise? Ride. Sure. Great social prudence is required to marshal a society of immortals. Only the deft negotiators prevail. Charisma measures your character's ability to sway others through personality. Charisma is an often important part of the persuasion feat. Measures your character's ability to exploit people and events. Manipulation is necessary for the haggle feat. It indicates the physical attractiveness of your character. Appearance is the foundation of the seduction feat. Mental perception measures your character's awareness of their surroundings. Perception is necessary for ranged combat and inspection feats. Oh, wait, no. I forgot to read mental, the top part. Clan Venture emphasizes mental mettle. Okay. Only the tough can command the respect needed to lead. Intelligence indicates your character's ability to learn, think, and remember. Intelligence is essential for the research and intimidate feats. Wits measures the sharpness of your character's mind and ability to think on their feet. Wits improves the defense and hacking feats. Okay. Talents. The talent needed to lead. The talent needed to lead is born in the Venture clan. It's something others cannot learn. Oh, okay. The ability to fight barehanded. Brawl is important for unarmed combat feat, which also makes it easier to feed on the unwilling. Your character's ability to dodge in all forms of combat. Makes it instill fear, enforce cooperation with others. Intimidation actually increases your intimidation feat. Subterfuge. Measures your character's ability to conceal their motives and deceive others. Subterfuge is needed for the feat of seduction. Skills. Firearms. Yes. How well your character aims and causes damage with guns of all types. Firearms is an indispensable part of the ranged combat feat. Character's ability to fight in close combat with hand-to-hand weapons such as knives and swords. Melee increases your melee feat. Okay. How locks and security systems work. Lockpicking, sure. Move silently. Stealth. Okay. Computer. Finance! Indicates your... Oh, knowledges. To be well-rounded in applied knowledges is imperative. Others look to the Venture for guidance, after all. Indicates your character's ability to operate computers and other devices. Computer knowledge is needed for the hacking feat. Okay. Finance. Your character's ability to evaluate the market value of items. Weird. Finance is needed for the haggle. Investigation. Minute hidden details. Okay. Scholarship. Gather information, debate, learn new skills. Okay. Disciplines. The superior strength of the vampiric mind allows your character to control the minds of the weaker kind, and even some kindred. Dominate effects are covert actions. They cannot be traced back to you and carry no risk of violating the Masquerade. And it costs 1 blood. The target momentarily sinks into a deep trance. Taking any action against the target will wake them prematurely. Okay. Fortitude. Fortitude allows amazing displays of preternatural constitution. Guarantees a certain amount of damage from every incoming attack will be ignored. Yo. Regardless of the source. The use of Fortitude is not considered a violation of Masquerade. Cool. The dread presence of the vampire can strike mortal fear into the hearts of their opponents. Reduces enemies' effectiveness in combat. All levels of presence cost 1 blood for activation. Residence carries no risk of violating the Masquerade. Okay. God, I'm gonna need a name. Alright, I'm going to edit myself out trying to think of a name real quick. So I could also, like, try and find my words. See you soon. Alright, so I think I've decided what I want it to be. Delilah. That is how it's spelled, right? Let me check. There's with a D, with an E, or an A. Delilah. If that's spelled wrong, then whatever. Although monsters by nature, most the vampires cling to humanity to survive in the mortal world. Humanity is the ability to keep your predatory nature at bay and your first line of defense against frenzy. If you cause the death of an innocent human, you will lose humanity. You will frenzy more often if your humanity is low. Masquerade. The Masquerade is the code of secrecy that hides vampire existence from humankind. Violations of the Masquerade will lead to ambush attacks from human vampire hunters and scorn, contempt, or worse from your fellow kindred. If you lose all Masquerade points, you will lose the game. Okay. Oy. Alright. Okay. And we have... Yep. My highest point is in hacking, persuasion, and seduction. Alright. I guess I could... Well, no, I definitely want that off. I can do that myself. Reset stats? No. I'm good with all of... I think I'm good with all these stats. I'm gonna play the true Ventru. Yeah. Ventru. Oh, is that me in the background? I'm gonna hit accept and deal with the consequences. The embrace. The act of transforming a mortal into a vampire. Useful.
I want to show you something.
Alright. Ah. What? Okay.
Good evening.
How you doing?
My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all.
Empty crowd.
Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny.
Later, man.
Without a sire, Most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
Oh.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Good night. Just walking on their tiptoes. Ah, jank animations.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire.
All right.
This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There, you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio.
All right.
He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
You've said that already. Not only do vampires hide from mortals, they hide from themselves as well. What? Pretending that... Okay. Use the mouse to look around. WASD. Use toggle view to... I can switch between first and third person. No. First person, please. Hey. This is fine.
What a scene, man. Woo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so, why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
I like ropes. Who are you?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
I could... Okay, what happened in there?
Don't worry, kiddo, you'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a wasted. You want some help or what?
Okay, sure.
All right. Why don't we, step out back here?
I like where I am.
Stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
I don't remember.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get
What
ready,
about old
though,
heroin?
'cause, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
What do
Down
I
around
do?
the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
So, what do I mean,
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him. You bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Yeah, the first... Won't he become a vampire then?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be Be sure not to drain them dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill them.
Quest log updated. Alright. Alright, this is your blood pool. Awesome name. Blood is the fuel for your vampiric powers, or disciplines. When your blood pool is low, you need to refill it. Humans are an abundant source of blood in most areas of the game. One is in the alley around the corner. What if somebody, like, opens that door, Chief? The way the camera tilts when I walk. It's gonna take a bit of getting used to. Ghoul Town. The Brides. The Empire Hideouts. The Asylum. Bella Mort. Chap chap. Hello? Hey, you did, like, hear that conversation we had earlier, yeah? What's this way? Can I see what's through there? No. Feeding on humans fills your blood pool. To feed, approach your victim and press the feed key, default F, when you are close. It is important humans do not see you feed on other humans. Once you have begun feeding on your victim, you will see this bar appear. This represents your victim's blood pool. You should stop feeding before entering his blood pool and killing him. Press the feed key again to stop feeding. Alright. Hey, just don't look at me, don't look at me, don't look at me. F. I just need to... alright, that's good enough. I'm just gonna walk this way. Later, man. Thank you. Howdy.
Yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up.
Talk to me that way.
That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
Great. When do I get my cape? Do I get to pick the color?
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
The fact that humans don't need vampires?
Like
like what?
Senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still, a chance at immortality is not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm gonna live forever?
You can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross, shove it right up their ass. A steak, only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water, that's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire, that's real trouble. Sunlight, well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Alright.
Okay, now. The fuck is this?
I didn't do it.
You get inside here and head upstairs. Meet up with it. I'm just gonna go see what the fuck this is.
Alright, you do that. Alright, where is upstairs? Is this upstairs? At the bottom of your screen is the use icon. This icon appears when you are able to use the object in front of you. Press the use key, default E, to use the object that it indicates. Use the use icon as context sensitive, that is, it will look different depending on yada yada yada. I'm just gonna... What is that just a giant bone? Oh, it's some form of car piece. Or as I like to call them, bones. Press the jump key. This is car bones. Jump onto the boxes against the wall and get to the walkway above. Sure. Done. Ooh. Your feats are the combinations of your various abilities and attributes. The higher your feats scores, the better you are at the activities they influence. Inspection is a feat. It is the combination of perception and investigation. It allows you to see hidden and secret things. For example, the lockpick on the crate in front of you. You can find your feats listed on the right-hand side of your character sheet. You can pick up certain objects in the world If you are able to pick up an object, you will see a use icon appear for it when you are close enough, and the crosshairs at the center of your screen are over it. Press the use key to pick up the lockpick. Thank you. Sup?
Come down here. Stay away from the windows.
Alright.
Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. Sabbat? They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
Okay. So what's up?
Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the news.
Alright. What's the Prince of?
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless,
alive.
but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
What am I supposed to do?
Heads up. Back away.
Alright. That's hype. Yeah, that guy's pretty cool.
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. To access your quest log, press the quest log key, default null. The quest log contains information about your quest, as well as many notes and instructions. You will need to complete them. L. Hey, it's music. A vicious vampire faction known as the Sabbat has launched an assault on the secret Camarilla gathering downtown. You and Jack are caught in the middle. To escape, you must obtain entry into the office. Info? Clan Ventru. Easier acceptance into Carmilla Society. Can use dominate and dialogue. Penalty, gain no blood from feeding on animals. Feeding on low life may cause vomiting. Alright. So, I'm better at talking, but I'm worse at getting blood. Fair enough. When a door is locked, you will see this user icon. Lockpicking, a combination of dexterity and security, is a feat that helps you open locked doors with a lockpick. When you see this icon, press the use key, default E, to try and lockpick it. Once you have begun lockpicking, you will see with this bar it represents the time needed to pick the lock. If the value of your lockpicking feat is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the lock, you will be able to pick it. What if I just, wasn't able to pick this? Come on, there we go. There we go. Hey. Okay.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
I had my moments.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Alright. Wait, I've still got that list of people from high school. Why not?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning. Keep our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't
more on that by now.
Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the McGilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
Alright. Camarilla? So like the vampire quote good guys?
Yeah. I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
Alright, so what's
All right,
next?
now don't worry, because I know the area a little. You know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Okay, but what does that mean exactly?
Do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. Area indicator in the area. The icon to the left indicates you're in a combat area. Combat, anything goes. Masquerade, respect the Masquerade. Elysium, vampire neutral ground. No combat or disciplines are allowed, except blood buff while lockpicking. Alright, so combat, do whatever, Masquerade, yeah, okay. In Masquerade every year is baking, the Masquerade can run dire consequences such as the unwanted attention of vampire hunters after 5 Masquerade violation. God, I can't fucking read. Your game is over. Your current number of violations is displayed in the upper right corner of your character sheet. Got it. Die, my darling. Calm down. When you can read a note, you will see this use icon, readables, notes, and okay. Password, chop shop. Yep. Yeah. Many menus and commands will be password protected. Hacking, a combination of which computer is a feat that allows you to hack into password protected items. Press Control-C to attempt your hacking feat. Okay. And the value of your hacking feat is equal to your greater than the... Yep. Does it have no chair? Oh, it's right there. Well, that's fun. Welcome, Jim. Type menu or command. Control-C. Invalid. Command break. Type list to get the list of available commands. Okay. Okay, so I have the... Can I, like, click? Nope. Okay, save. Password is required. Shop. Alright, I get it now. Password accepted. Chop. Entering menu. Press enter to enter. Unlock. Safe doors unlocked. Cool. What else is in your home? Hell. What's in here? Type list to get the... okay. Type list to get the available menus and commands. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Chop key. Thank you. Is that it? I guess this is all my stuff.
There we go.
All right.
Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Okay, got it. Press the inventory key. Access your inventory on the night. Yeah. Sure. Light clothing. This is the most basic and unrestricted clothing. Examples would be t-shirts, khakis, sundresses, and pleated skirts. Sure. Just gonna... A venture would never leave a door open behind them. Ah! Thank you. You've been wounded by this abat. This blue bar represents your current level of health. If you sustain regular damage, it will turn black. If your health is completely depleted, you suffer final death. That's cool. and your game is over. Your health regenerates over time. When you are feeding, your health regenerates much faster. If your health bar turns yellow, it means you have sustained aggravated damage. Certain hazards like fire, supernatural attacks cause aggravated damage. Much longer to heal. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat Vatos. You get winged? Hey, hey! Look at them potholes! Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
What's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say
Remember
so.
what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Let's say I get it a little overzealous. What happens then?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
The beast. What exactly does it mean?
It's always there, waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
So I can't kill anyone. That seems a little, restricting.
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
I think I
The
follow.
only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Got it.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
I'll be back in a minute. Man, being a vampire is hard.